Good morning. Good morning. Oh, this way. Shay, hello. Razor, hello. Good morning. Good morning. Congratulations on your first, Shay. That's very exciting. Oh, not the tasty moves. Frosty Tools has been known to tell lies from time to time. She does spin tails from time to time. Gotta be uber quick to beat Razor. Usually Prone's the first one. Usually Prone snatches it like the minute that I go live. But Prone's been, I think, eyeball deep in Dead by Daylight for a while now. I feel like every time I get onto Discord, he's playing Dead by Daylight, and I think he's got a bunch of friends that he plays with, so it's been slacking lately for sure. AI hallucination at its best, truly. Truly, she's just here to make you feel better about your moves being very much not chef's kiss. I am so sure of it. I have seen your. We have the emote. We've seen the moves. We've seen the material. Happy Monday. Hello. Hello, happy Monday. Good morning. It's a new week. The creaky joints really throw off the vibe of person. Yeah, the snap, crackle, pop of it all. Speaking of, I exercised today. Please clap. I know that I will. I used to exercise all the fucking time. When Jared and I first started doing CrossFit, I was so into it. And I know that eventually I will feel better. But right now, I literally feel like I've been hit by a truck. I forgot how much it hurts when you like first get back into it, and your body has lost all like recollection of any time you may have been even remotely more fit than you are now. And every muscle just screams for you to stop. That's where we're at today. That's where we're at. And I didn't even do, like, it wasn't like a big, I literally just worked out here at home. I have a treadmill, I have a kettlebell, a couple dumbbells, and YouTube. That's what I have. But girl, I did these things. There's probably a technical term for them. I know them as man makers. Girl. And the worst part is, as much as it hurts now, I know it's going to hurt more in the morning. As bad as it hurts now, it's going to be even worse when I wake up tomorrow morning. Thank you, Shay. Dumbbells, YouTube, and a dream. Truly. Truly. Why do... Hang on. I think we need to tweak the camera. I'm red, but I'm not that red. Nope. I guess we're good. Oh, you know what? I need to turn off the auto wipeout. That's what it is. I always forget. Oh, no. There we go. If I turn on the automatic white balance, this thing here in the background throws it off. And so it sits here and tries to like auto-correct my face to a normal human color. It just doesn't work. Just doesn't work. Reflection from the... Yeah. I always forget to turn off the like the automatic white balancing, and so it'll sit here and like keep adjusting everything based on all this. But anyway, welcome in. So yeah, I feel very accomplished today. I already feel like I deserve to go to bed. I got up at I think 7 because dog. And we worked out. I had a balanced breakfast. We gave the dog his medication. We took him for a WALK. Turns all shades but normal. Exactly. Sometimes I feel like OBS is designed to like work against me. Sometimes it feels like there's somebody on the other end trying to make me look some kind of way, you know? Call me a conspiracy theorist, but I also updated OBS today, which any of you who stream know, updating OBS the same day that you stream, you're rolling the dice. It seems like everything's okay, but half the time when I update OBS, it takes 24 hours before anything works. Some Karen event. I know. I wish there was like an easy, I hate Streamlabs OBS. And I've been kind of tinkering with Meld Studio, which is I think a newer kind of like alternative. And I really like Meld, but none of the stuff that I use like works with Meld yet. So like I use Fourth Wall and Tangia and all of these like plugins and things that work with OBS. So I could switch to Meld, but then I'd be kind of like bare bones in it for a while. But I do really like Meld. I think Meld's a great option for folks who are just getting started in streaming, because I think OBS is like learning a new language. And Meld is very intuitive. Meld is also a lot easier on my PC, which makes it a very appealing option for a bitch with a 5-year-old PC. But, oh well. Goal today, same goal we have every time we co-work. I'm applying for jobs, baby. Maybe this time I'll actually get one. Huh? Fingers crossed. It's got to happen eventually, right? If I keep calling it out, if I keep, you know, as the kids say, manifesting, it's got to happen eventually, right? Changed all my stuff and rebranded to start streaming again, and changed my name since I'm not doing DVD anymore. Started setting up all my OBS stuff and literally stopped and said, I don't need to stream. This is too damn much. It's a lot. There are so many times when even just like pulling everything up to get ready for stream, something goes wrong, something's not working, something needs some like update or whatever. And that in and of itself is enough for me to be like, you know what? Maybe not today. Maybe we go watch a movie instead. I get that. Only a 5-year-old piece. Well, I got it right before I started streaming. I think I had it for 4 or 5 months before I pulled the trigger on streaming. I literally bought a computer just so I could play Dead by Daylight with the streamers that I was watching. And then they were like, hey, you're on all the time and playing with us anyway. You might as well stream too, right? I was like, okay. Okay. And here we are. So I think, yeah, between 5 and 6 years. Been there. All the YouTube like tutorials and stuff I've seen on splitting audio make it seem so simple. Like it's just a matter of opening up the little thing and checking the right boxes. That never worked for me either. So I just don't play good music. They make it sound so simple. Like, oh yeah, you just open up this little like settings menu, put everything that you want on the VOD on like box number 1, and everything you want off of the VOD in box 2. Okay, well, I must have missed a step somewhere because that is not how it worked for me. I did that and didn't even bother testing it. Did an entire stream playing, I think it was Lady Gaga, and then had almost the entire VOD muted. And I was like, well, not meant to be, I guess. Which is fine. It's fine. That's how a lot of like when I see streamers do cool things with their streams, and I'm like, I can do that. That's how it goes 99% of the time. I start doing it, it gets hard, and then I quit. Or I decide that I hate it. I was so convinced, this is years ago now, but when I first got a green screen, I was like, I'm never, ever, ever getting rid of this green screen. I was thinking about all the cool shit I could do with it. And then I realized how hard it is to light a green screen. And I said, you know what? Maybe not. Maybe we don't. Oh, it's Meg. Okay. I figured I would figure out who you were eventually. I was like, they're talking like they've been here before, so I'm going to keep rolling with it until I figure it out. Welcome back. We love a rebrand. We love a rebrand. I don't know how people don't. Truly, I literally just have one key light, and even that is too much sometimes. Green screen needs its own mini sun. I think the thing that most people don't do, that like the pros do, is you need like at least one, if not two lights that literally just shine on the green screen. I think a lot of people think they're going to just slap a green screen right behind them, and then the lights that they use to light themselves are going to light the green screen too. But that is in fact not true. You need a whole lot more space for a green screen than I think most people realize, because you need to have the green screen behind you, and you need space between you and that green screen for your backlights, so that the green all shows up as the same green. Otherwise you get that like fuzzy kind of green outline around you. So that's the thing. Like, it's honestly, you can get away with lighting yourself with like one or maybe two key lights, but you really need to also be thoughtful about how you're lighting the green screen itself. And that's where I went wrong too. And when I decided to solve that, I don't know where I put them, I still have them here somewhere, I was like, oh, I'll get like really good bright lights for my green screen. I got these giant LED fucking floodlights that I think are meant to light a whole stage. And so I could light behind me, but it was so bright, I felt like I felt like I was going to set my apartment on fire or something with all the heat. So we just got rid of the green screen. And then I started getting like, people started gifting me stuff, or like I have like art and things people have done, and I wanted to be able to like display that on my stream too. So you can't really do that with a green screen. I was looking at Melded, apparently you can multi-stream. I think that's true, yes. Yes. I haven't multi-streamed with it, but I have like an alt Twitter. Not alt Twitter. Well, I do have an alt Twitter, but I have an alt Twitch. And it's Carrie the 2. I've only streamed on it once, but it's like a no cam stream. It's very like low pressure. And I've streamed on Twitch with Meld on that account, but I haven't tried multi-streaming, but that's cool. It does look really, it looks really cool. And it's like designed with streamers in mind. And I think particularly new streamers. So I think it's the big benefit it has over the competition is that it's a lot more intuitive. The audio is way easier. Everything's it's very like plug and play. I like it. It is a little bit more like limited if you're used to something like OBS. And again, there are a lot of tools that aren't compatible with Meld yet, so there's a trade-off there. But if you're someone who's just starting and like tech is so scary for you, and that's what's like kind of stopped you from getting into streaming in the past, I think Meld's a really good option because it gives you a lot of options and a lot of tools that you can use right away that are pretty simple. Even things like filters, like if you want to put a frame around your camera, or you want your camera to be like a circle instead of a square, like you can do a lot of the things that with OBS would require a plugin or more advanced knowledge in a much more simple way. So, and again, it's a lot easier on your PC. Like when I was streaming on my alt Twitch, my PC was in a much happier place than it is when I stream on OBS. Yeah, and they built everything in, which is really cool. I think it's really great for folks. Like we have a lot of folks in our community who like kind of like dabble in streaming, or they've thought about it and just haven't put all the work into like setting everything up. I think Meld's a really good option for folks like that who want to try it out, but aren't sure they're willing to commit the like hours of time it takes to get everything set up in OBS and then fix all the things that didn't work correctly in OBS. So yeah, it's a good idea. Worst case scenario, you set it up and decide you like something else better, but I like it. If it were more compatible with like, I don't think you can use Mix It Up with it yet. So in terms of like a bot, you've got to like, I think it works with StreamerBot. I've never used StreamerBot though, so I'm not familiar with it. So for me, it would be a lot more setup because I'd have to get familiar with StreamerBot. But you know, with time, I think a lot of those things will get resolved. So I like it. I haven't streamed it all this year because if I talk too much, I start coughing. So ready to be over this cold. Well, girl, if you're going on 4 months now, it's literally halfway through April and you're still sick, it perhaps is not a cold. Have you considered that perhaps this is not just a cold? Perhaps you're patient zero. Maybe it's bird flu. Could be. Just use Streamlabs Cloudbot, thinking of switching to Nightbot. Yeah, I really like Mix It Up. I haven't used anything else for a really long time. Half the family got diagnosed with walking pneumonia. Have you been to the doctor? You still made it to your wine tasting, didn't you? She's never too sick for a wine tasting. She's never too sick for a night at the club. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that a horse of a different color? She can go drink wine, but she can't. It would appear so. It would appear that that's exactly what's happening. Fascinating. It's medicine, girl. You're so full of shit. I cleaned out my wine cabinet yesterday. Jared came over yesterday just to pick up more of his stuff. And it was fine. It's always awkward. I don't know why it feels so awkward when he comes over now. I think it's him though. I think he thinks it's going to be awkward and it doesn't have to be. But anyway, so we were talking, he went through like our dishes and stuff and was like, what's mine? What's yours? What am I keeping? He took a bunch of his like plates and things that his mom gave him. But the thing I keep my wine in is his. So I had to clean it out. And I have like 5 bottles of wine. I couldn't tell you the last time I drank wine. All of those bottles are at least a year or two old. Unopened. So I think they're still fine. But when will I drink them? No idea. Probably the next time Razor's here will be the time they get opened. One of them's like an apple wine. This is the best Monday morning in a long time. I love the banter. That's what the mods are here for. They're not here to actually do any work or protect the chat. They're here so I have someone to roast. Consensually. It's the same reason I book Mama Martini at all of my shows. So I have somebody to talk shit about who I know can handle it. That's really, I just need a target. That's what they get booked for. Yes, Jared moved in with his girlfriend a while ago. It's been like 2 months now. It was like a gradual thing. So he was staying there like once a week or twice a week. And then it kind of like it got to the point where he was just not here and he would come back every couple days to like get clothes and stuff. And then eventually he was like, yeah, I'm just moving in. And I was like, all right. So I think it's awkward because we had a conversation about like our lease and his like responsibility, because our lease doesn't run out until the end of the year. We have like 7 months left on our lease. And I think he was thinking once he's got all of his stuff out of here that he wasn't going to have to pay rent anymore. And I said, I don't think so, sir. Like we had a very specific conversation last year before any of this even happened where I knew he was going to move in with her. And I said, our lease is up in January. Are you going to move out on me halfway through the year? Or should we renew for another year? And he said, nope, I'm staying for another year. And I said, okay, remember you said that. And here we are. And if his girlfriend's watching, because I know she sometimes watches my streams, you're going to have to get over it. Yes, I'm talking about your boyfriend. He's also my friend. I'm not talking about you or your kid. Relax. But anyway. So. Yeah. And it sucks because I don't want it to be like weird or anything, but he can't just disappear and saddle me with both halves of our rent like for the rest of this year. Like if I had known he was going to move out, I would have probably moved someplace cheaper. So I don't expect anything else of him. I expect him to uphold his commitment to our lease that he made last year. And I expect him to make at least some effort with the dog because we adopted the dog together. So once a month, he comes and picks us up and we go to Petco for grooming. As long as he does that and covers his half of the rent until he's no longer obligated to, I hope he's happy. She's one of those. I don't know. I don't know her. I've only met her twice. But we had a conversation about how she doesn't do social media, and then she immediately, every time I posted something on my Instagram story, she was the first person to see it. And then she started watching my Twitch streams. So I have a hard time believing she doesn't do social media. But bet your landlord would be willing to be flexible if it came down to it. I mean, to an extent, probably, but I can't afford anything close to our full rent. Jared pays half of the rent. So they might come down a little bit on it because our rent does include our electricity. And obviously with one of us here, we're using less electricity, but that's not that much. So I'm taking there. Oh, there was no question. His girlfriend has a dog, and her dog, I don't think, likes other dogs, or doesn't like loud dogs or dogs with a lot of energy, which Goose is a high energy dog. So there was no question of who the dog was staying with. I'm still paying for all of it too. That's the thing. And that's why I don't feel bad being firm on these two things with him, because I'm still paying for, Jared hasn't had to pay for anything for the dog pretty much ever. Goose was a gift. It was my birthday present from Jared, but I paid for him. Like, Jared literally just did the legwork of finding us a dog. But then when he found the dog, I'm the one who paid his adoption fee. I paid for the gas and everything to go pick up the dog. I've paid for all of his food. I pay for his insurance every month. All of his grooming appointments, I pay for. All of his vet bills that I'm still trying to cover, I put on a credit card in my name. Like, the bar is very low. And so I know that I probably seem like a villain to her in particular because she doesn't fucking know me, but I'm just simply asking Jared to keep the promises he made. The promise that he was going to be here for another year. Okay, you're not going to be here for a year. At least cover the rent, or your part of the rent. You made a commitment to the dog. Just because you found your new little family and you're running off to be with them doesn't mean you just neglect the dog we adopted together. He doesn't know that. So, if that makes me the bad guy, that makes me the bad guy. But I'm not losing sleep over it. Personally. But anyway, that's not what we're here for today. We're here to co-work. Do we all have something to work on? Razor, are you working yet? Do you have set office hours, or is it just kind of you work when you need to and not when you don't? I'm motherfucking 8 to 5. Okay. Didn't need to cuss, but okay. That's fun. That's fun. I just got a text message. I forgot. I applied for a job at there's a casino not far from me. And they must have, there's something going on there, because they literally have a job fair every single month. And so every month I get a text from them saying, thank you so much for applying for a job with us. It has been probably 5 months since I've applied for a job with them. But every month I get a text saying, we're having a job fair. Stop in for walk-in interviews. And I'm like, girl, I don't even, why are you always hiring, first off? I get that it's a casino. There's probably a lot of work to be done there, and there are a lot of different jobs, but how do you go through people that fast? Sometimes I play Overwatch with you instead of working. Well, as you should. I won't tell them. I will not tell them. Although I will tell you, I get a million emails every day with like from all these different job boards that I've signed up for. And it's always like, we found this job that we think you'd be a great fit for. I got one that I am 99% sure is your job. I'm pretty sure. Are they hiring someone else to work with you who might have like the same title you do? Because it sure looked an awful lot. It sure looked an awful lot like that. I was like, wait a minute. I don't think we've ever spoken specifically about what you do, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah. It was like a level 3. Level 3, whatever you do. About 12-ish of me for my organization. But you said they always make you do everything, right? Because everybody else is incompetent. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if I got hired? Can you imagine if I got hired and didn't tell you? I just showed up to the staff meeting. Hi, I'm Carrie. I'm here to crunch some numbers. How hard can it be? Legit I know, truly. A stream, but it's just me showing up to Razor's team meeting. In drag, of course. That would be good. I don't think I'm remotely qualified for that kind of work. Although I have taken a bookkeeping course, which is a start. Will I be finishing it? Probably not. It would be funny though. It would be funny. I'm hoping I get a call sometime this week. I had a second interview last week for, it's only a summer job. It's like a temporary through, I think, the end of August. And it's part-time, but it's remote. And it pays pretty well. It would be enough that I would be able to get, it would help, it would pay my bills. And I think it went really well. It felt like it went well. I don't know. They were also really good interviewers, so they made me feel like every answer I gave was like spot on. But I've had interviewers do that before too and not gotten the job. So sometimes I think people just say things like that to make you feel more comfortable in the interview. Enjoy the ads if you're not a sub. So sorry. Love you. Or you could subscribe and not get ads. Something to think about. Sherry baby, Sherry. I like that song. So I'm hoping to hear from them. They said that I would hear sometime this week and that the next step would be, and this sounded strange to me. I've never heard of this before. She said the interview was with like the hiring manager, so the person I would be reporting to, and then somebody else from their like national organization. And she said that the next step was a scheduling interview, which to me sounds like it could either be like an interview to see if I have the availability they're looking for, but why would you need a whole interview for that? Or that means I've got the job and that's when we figure out what my schedule is going to be. I'm not really sure. And in the moment I should have asked, not this. Can you get out of here? Thank you so much. So I'm not sure what a scheduling interview is, but that would be the next step. So here's hoping. Here's hoping. I did have to turn down the hospital job, which really pisses me off. But I just couldn't do it. Hi, Raven. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I think, so the first interview was with the recruiter, and that was a phone interview. Then the interview I did last week was with those two folks, and it was on Microsoft Teams. My least favorite of like the video chat platforms. So I don't know. We'll see. They're hiring like 10 people, 5 on the East Coast and 5 on the West Coast. So I don't have to be the best candidate. I just have to be one of the 5 best on the East Coast, which feels much more attainable, I think. I guess we'll find out. If I cancel my streams for the rest of the week, know that it's because I didn't get this job and I'm crashing out hard. Just know that. So we'll see. Like I said, it's not like a permanent job, but it would be enough to get me through for a few more months so I can keep searching, because I'm getting to the point where it's like down to the wire financially. So if I want to be able to continue having a place to live, I need something in the next like month-ish. This would buy me some more time. So crossing my toes, crossing my fingers. The hospital job would have been nice if I didn't have the dog, or if I had someplace for the dog to go. But it was 13-hour shifts, and I'd have to crate the dog the whole time, and that's not going to work for me. And it's 3 days in a row. I'd be working Sunday night, overnight, Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, 13 hours each day. So it's 13 hours in a row, 3 days in a row. No. So I asked Jared if he would be able to take the dog, even just overnight. Like, I could leave for work, put him in his crate. Jared comes and picks him up, brings him home, lets him spend the night with him, brings him back in the morning and crates him, and then I'll take him out of his crate when I get home. He'd only be in the crate for like 2 or 3 hours then. And Jared said that he doesn't think Goose would get along with the dog they have at her place. So I was like, all right, well, I'll just turn down the job then. So it sucks, but yeah, it was just too much. And it's just far enough away that I wouldn't have time to like come home, like on my lunch breaks, to let him out for a little while. I wouldn't have time. I could come home, let him out for about 2 minutes, and then I have to leave again to go back to work. So, and that would be, again, the middle of the night. So what good is that going to do? It was like a 6:30 p.m. to 7 a.m. shift, which I didn't mind necessarily. I'm kind of a night owl anyway, but I can't leave the dog here out of his crate, and it's not humane to crate a dog for more than like 7 or 8 hours, really. But 13 is absolutely too much, and then to do it 3 days in a row like that every single week, no, not doing it. I'd rather be homeless. Uber people need to pay attention to street signs and number addresses. Did you have to go chase down your food? That used to happen all the time at my, not the last apartment we lived in, but the first one, when I first started streaming. The one I got swatted in first. It was like an apartment complex, and people didn't understand that like the street number was the building number. So like my address, like if it was 10 Main Street, that meant that I was in building 10. And all the buildings looked the same. And so probably 1 out of every like 6 or 7 times I'd order food, I'd have to go hunting for it, because they would drop it off at the right apartment number, or usually outside the building. They wouldn't come in and go to your door, but never the right building. And it was usually while I was streaming, so I'd be out there in half drag. I'd be in drag from like the waist up, and then gym shorts and slippers, waddling around my apartment complex at 10 o'clock at night looking for my fucking quarter pounder or whatever I had ordered. The fried Oreos, that's what I used to get. Oh, the fried Oreos with like the chocolates. Oh, so good. Thank you for the lurk, Shay. I appreciate it. Enjoy your stealthy lurk. Dropbox was looking for a director of DEI. Have I seen that? I have not. I feel like I applied for a job with Dropbox a while ago, though. So that doesn't surprise me. Heard it's remote as well. Usually director and up is remote. Even if they make the frontline people come into the office. Because they want like highly qualified people, or a lot of time it's because their office is someplace shitty that people don't want to move to. I've had that happen before. There was a company I interviewed with, and it was like a remote optional role, but it was clear they really wanted you to work in the office. They wanted you to relocate, but their office was in Boise, Idaho. And I was like, I think I told them I would consider it. I'm also a little like nervous about that because at the job I got laid off from, when I got laid off, they were trying to talk me into moving closer to our office and moving to Denver. And I think all the time about what would have happened if I had relocated for this job and then got laid off. I would have been pissed. So now I'm like anxious about relocating for a job, but Allstate's hiring an inclusive diversity manager. I did work at a college for DA. That's how I got started. I worked in higher ed. I'll be honest, I've kind of gotten to the point where I still want a job in DEI. That's still what I do. That's what my career has been. But because there are so few jobs and there's so many people applying, I've kind of stopped. I haven't given up hope entirely, but like I'm not expecting to get a DEI job. And so I've been focusing on like customer service shit that I feel like I'm more likely to get. But where are you seeing all of this? Is it just because I haven't been paying attention? Although that one sounds familiar, like maybe I have seen it. Assistant Program Manager for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. I feel like I might have already applied for this one, actually. This does look familiar. Google search whiz. Yeah, I've been focusing more, again, because I need something like ASAP. So I've been applying for a lot more like in-person jobs that are local, and like customer service type stuff that, although I'm not getting any of those jobs either, so I guess it doesn't matter which ones I'm applying for. Technician visit. Oh. Goose has a vet appointment this week. Oh, Goose has, that means we'll put more on the credit card. I think I have enough room left on the credit card that I can do that though. But we are still trying to raise the $4,000 it's costing to get rid of my dog's worms. If you happen to have a spare grand lying around, I know one place you could send it. What am I looking for? Oh, did I apply for this? It requires a cover letter, so I might not have. Sometimes if I'm in a bad mood, I'll start doing an application, and then when I see that it requires a cover letter, I get irritated and I stop. Maybe that's a personal problem, but it is what it is. I will look into these for sure, though. The title Inclusive Diversity Manager sounds like word salad, but I think that's maybe just what they call DEI at their organization. Like, what is inclusive diversity? Tech Systems is hiring a CSR email only, no calls job. It doesn't say how much it pays though. Even better question, what is it? That's my point. Like, of course diversity is inclusive, or otherwise it's not diversity. Like, hello. And you know what the sad thing is though? It doesn't really even matter how much the job pays. Like, if it's a full-time job, I can make it work. I have managed to pare down my expenses so much that I could live on like a minimum wage job. The problem is a lot of places that pay minimum wage don't hire in Maine because our minimum wage is a lot higher than it is a lot of other places. So like federal, what's federal? Is it still 7 something? What's the federal? $7.25 is the federal minimum wage. In Maine, it's I think $14.60. $14.65 per hour as of this year. So a lot of places won't hire here because they want to be able to pay like $10 an hour, and Maine won't let them. That's another thing I run into, and that gets me even more irritated because they usually don't tell you about that until you've already gone through the entire application. So you will have spent all of this time filling out this application. You may have done a cover letter. You've tailored your resume as you're supposed to, all of this bullshit. And then at the end, like the last required question is, do you live in one of the following states? We are not currently authorized to hire outside of these states. And of course, your state's not on there. Sometimes I just say yes, and just because I want to be able to submit my information. Someone is going to have to deal with me one way or another. I hate it. It's so annoying. It's obnoxious. Or it'll say like these are the states we cannot hire in, and it's all the states that either require you to disclose your salary, or they're the places where it's always like California, New York, Massachusetts, Illinois is usually on there. Alaska and Hawaii are often on there too. But a lot of time it's like the places where they know they're going to have to disclose this is how much we're willing to pay you, or they're places that have a particularly high minimum wage. Yeah, someone's dealing with me. Better believe. So we'll see. I signed up again. I had a coupon code for a year of the website I used. I found the last full-time job, the job I got laid off from. I found on a website called flexjobs.com, which is like a curated job board for work from home or hybrid jobs. And they filter out the scams. So anybody who's ever tried to apply for jobs, especially work from home jobs, knows there are so many scammers out there. And if you think about it, how shitty, because you're basically, if you think about your resume, it's basically you're giving them like, you're self-doxing every single person you apply for a job with, because that resume has everything they need. It tells them your name, it tells them your address, or at least the city that you live in, either a phone number, email address, something. And every place you've worked for the last, for me, I think my resume goes back 15 years. So Flex Jobs goes through and they filter out a lot of the scams. So the jobs are all vetted. So it's not cheap, but it's how I got the last job. And that job tripled my salary from when I worked in higher ed. So I did go ahead and fork over for, I hope I don't need it for the full year, but I have it. I also have been using it to help other people find jobs too. So when I see other people who are looking for jobs, I send them a DM and I'm like, what are you looking for? And then I can go through here and find stuff for them too. So operations optimization compliance manager, and we wouldn't hire anyone from California unless we had a California specific client that required it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We did the same thing. So the last job I worked at was in the like financial tech space, and worked specifically with small and medium-sized businesses as like an HR platform. So people would contract or subscribe to the software that we offered as a way of like managing their onboarding, payroll, benefits, all of that stuff. And so sometimes we would have clients that like had specific needs, because of course the laws, particularly around things like insurance and payroll, vary state to state. So we only maintained like a staff in certain states to maintain like the clients that we had in that state. We had an office in California, so that wasn't a particular issue, but it's wild how just simply the state you live in can make such a huge difference. Even if you're not working with, like, I'd be working from home, but because I'd be working from my home in Maine, those are the laws that they would be subject to. So it's so wild that it works that way, but I mean, what else can you do, right? Anyway, so that's what I'll be doing, is applying for jobs. All right, I need to clear my little list. Done. Reminder that you can use the bot to to keep track of your tasks as well. Shouldst you have any. I am going to go ahead and get some music going. I will try to do my best. We go through this every time. I will do my best to try to keep my microphone muted and not be distracting. And I'm not very good at that. I'm a yapper. So sorry. That really, I think, only affects Razor because he likes to fucking focus or whatever. And I guess I'm not the easiest person to fucking focus with in the background. But it's my stream, so I don't really know what you want from me. I don't get to talk to people very often anymore. I spend a lot of my time talking to the dog, so this is my enrichment time for the day. This is my enrichment for the day, so I'm gonna need you to just get over it. Not muting me, or you could mute your work. It's very interesting. That's very interesting. Okay. Now, apply for jobs. Fetch. Yeah. I'm also trying to be more active on LinkedIn. I hate LinkedIn. We've talked about this, but it's becoming more and more clear to me that I might have to play the game in order to get a job. So we're going to do that. All right, let's fire up the old playlist. Workday Lounge. And just let me know if that's too loud. Sip on that productivity juice. Ew. I don't know about that one, Frosty Tools. Don't worry, Razor switched. No muting required for these sweet silent donations. Frosty Tools. You're not making a whole lot of sense today, babes. All right, muting. Love you. Mean it. Are you not hearing the music? It's playing. OBS says you should be able to hear it. You don't hear it at all? Oh, it was just low. Sorry. Yeah, it's like a workday playlist, so it's very like chill. Good looking out. I was like, girl, if you can't hear it, I don't know why. Slay. My goal, not that any of you asked, but my goal is apply for 10 jobs. And then if I feel like switching to doing something else, or if I want to play video games, then I can. 10 jobs, I can do that. This job, instead of letting me just like digitally sign this job application, it has me enter my unique identifier, which is just the first 3 letters of my last name and the last 4 digits of my phone number. Which, whatever. 1 down. 1 down, 9 to go. Yeah, it's weird. I really feel like playing Overwatch because I'm one match away from getting my roll queue placements. I'm at like 9 out of 10 for all 3 roles. And if I do one more support match, I'm lined up for gold 5 right now, which is the highest I've ever been. So I want to play and get gold 4. But we'll apply for 9 more jobs first. I like Overwatch. Here's my hot take. I don't really like Marvel Rivals. I think it plays like a mobile game, and I don't like that. I also think the people in Marvel Rivals are infinitely more toxic than they are in Overwatch. And maybe that's because all the toxic people went from Overwatch to Marvel Rivals. Something to think about. To each their own. Play what you want to play, like what you want to like, but I don't get the appeal of Marvel Rivals. It must just not be for me. I only get toxic people in Rivals when they find out I'm a girl. I feel like every match I had in Marvel Rivals, there was someone with some shitty like racist name. Before anybody even spoke, there was someone who had like a variation of like the N-word or George Floyd or like some immediate indicator that they were not a good person to be around. And then if people started talking, it just got worse from there. I always solo queue too though, so I feel like my experience is a lot different than a lot of other folks because even with Overwatch, I play solo queue almost all the time. Sometimes I'll play with like Razor. Almost no one else that we know still plays. I was looking on my friends list yesterday, and there's so many people who haven't even. Maddie hasn't logged in to Overwatch in like 8 months. So I almost always play by myself, but I also don't do voice chat. So maybe they're being toxic and I just don't hear them. 4 people banned from the game for telling me to go kill myself, and then I was a fat girl. Wow. Yeah. None for me, thanks. I saw someone, it was someone who was streaming Overwatch at the time, but they play both and they stream both. And they were talking about how they couldn't really explain it, but that it feels like right now, at least, Marvel Rivals is like the game for Republicans. And I was like, you know what? I also can't explain it, but I know what you're saying. I get it. I don't know. I don't think it's that exciting. I mean, how many blonde white women can you possibly put in one game? And I love me some Emma Frost. I think we talked about this when Marvel Rivals. I can't say Marvel Rivals to save my life either. Maybe that's why. But I used to play a million years ago when I was in college. My sister and I played this like text-based RPG game. It was like a MMORPG based on like superheroes and supervillains. And I was Emma Frost. She was Scarlet Witch. I was Emma Frost. But I have not touched that game for a very long time. I've met more LGBTQIA people who play Rivals than straight people. I think that makes sense. I think we tend to find, I mean, I would say the same thing about Overwatch. But I think we tend to gravitate toward people who are like us. I felt that way when I played Fortnite. I felt that way. Y'all remember when we had a brief stint as a Call of Duty, Black Ops, Cold War streamer? Then all of a sudden we were finding all these other queer people playing the game, and we thought we were the only ones for so long. Okay, with her, so I'll stick to my strat roll. I keep hearing that she's overpowered, but that's what these game studios do. Like, Dead by Daylight does it. Overwatch does it. When you release new content or new characters, you overtune them so people either buy them if you have to pay to use them, Or you'll buy more skins and things for them because you're convinced this is your new main. And then they rein it back in. They want you to spend more money on the game. So they're going to need you to play those heroes. Tons more in Overwatch as well. I think I meant, yeah. Yeah, I think we just tend to like gravitate toward each other. I mean, Overwatch I think makes it really easy too with all the name cards and stuff. I feel like every time I load in, I'm like, whoop, 4 pride flags. Here we are. So yeah, I'm not a Marvel Rivals girl. I've never been like a big Marvel. I liked X-Men, like the original animated series, but I've never been like a big like Avengers. So I can see the appeal if you're someone who's already like into the IP, and you know, the idea of getting to play as those characters is exciting, but not for me. We played for a while. I streamed it for, I don't know, a couple weeks, and it just wasn't fun. It was like having, like, we have good days and bad days on Overwatch. When I played Rivals, it was like every day was a bad day. It was like every day was a bad day on Overwatch when I played Rivals. There was no, even when we won, it didn't like feel like good. VF, he's a pro gamer. It's been an interesting relationship. Love that. Hi, Helena. Welcome in. Everybody go follow Helena. Right now. Some really bad day on over. Yeah. I just remember like we would play Overwatch or Marvel Rivals, and it was like, even when we won, I was still like irritated because the team was calling me names the whole time, or like people were getting pissed at me for not doing what they wanted me to, or I really liked Cloak and Dagger and people would get mad because she wasn't meta or whatever. I'm like, can you just leave me alone? I'm literally just trying to vibe. If you don't follow me, you're transphobic. That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard. How are you, Helena? Are you having a nice day? You won a big tournament. Women sending him messages about wanting to have his baby. Oh, yikes. Not that. Yeah, I feel like, well, one, we live in like a climate now where you could be like a streamer or a gamer, and that is a certain level of celebrity now. And because the nature of the platforms that you connect with these types of creators on, it's a lot more direct and immediate. People feel like it's that parasocial thing. So like you watch your favorite streamer on Twitch, and because you spend so much time live watching them and maybe connecting and interacting with them and giving them your money, it feels like that's your friend. And so then people they get out of pocket and say and do some really weird fucking things, you know? Not that that makes it okay, but it's much less common that people act that way. Not that it doesn't ever happen, but people don't do that with like movie stars and shit, you know? Soapy Tomato, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Welcome. And thank you for the Prime sub. Do I know you? Ah, there it is. Like, nobody just follows and subs right away. Love from you, main trans girly pops. Love that. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Soapy Tomato, I like that. Just like I delusionally think I'm friends with famous drag streamer Carrie. Right. At least technically we've met. You didn't know who I was then, but at least we have technically been in physically the same room together before, which is more than a lot of other people could say. I went to your show. Mm-hmm. I think he has all this money because he wins stuff and has tons of subs. And I'm like, do they not know? Well, yes, the org he's with pays him a monthly salary. He also has major expenses. And I think people don't understand that pro gamers are not rich. Well, some are, but most use it to live and play. Yeah. And generally, I mean, obviously not all of them, but a lot of these pro gamers are also young, like sometimes actual children. And that's a demographic that's not necessarily known for being particularly good with their money. When I first went off to college, University of Maine, whoop whoop, I learned that I could get a credit card. And at the time, this is how old I am. Judge me not. Do not judge me. Amazon wasn't really a thing yet. It existed, but Amazon was really just for books at the time. eBay was where everybody was shopping. And I discovered the wonders of eBay and online shopping. And I bought the most ridiculous, stupid shit. And then I realized, oh shit, I have to pay all this money back. It was one of the ones you did with the delicious drag divas, Helena, at the Motor Lodge. The Motor Lodge. Your friends are roasting you for only having about 300 channel points. I'm so sorry. You've got to watch more. That's how you earn more. Stampathy, welcome in. There also aren't that many things you can do with the channel points anyway, so you tell them I said to leave you alone. Me and his mom have him on a budget. We got him set up to buy stock and invest. We kind of ganged up on him and made sure he had plans in place to save and not blow it. That's good. That's good. I don't think most of them have something like that in their lives. Not that. You must be friends with Soapy. Here's what I need y'all to do. You main friends, welcome. Hello. I'm sorry I'm not in drag, but it is in fact noon, so I hope you understand. And I need y'all to get some student group on campus. It doesn't have to be Wildstein again. Book another show. Book another show. Book me and my friends to come and shake my ass with you all. Probably the time I did Paramore and stole a guy's hat. Probably. I don't remember. I went to, I think, 2 of those shows. And I can't separate them in my mind. One of them, Layla McQueen was there. Because I remember thinking she looks exactly the same as she did on TV. And that's not fair. It's not, you're supposed to have pores in person. You're supposed to look worse in person than you do on TV. She did not. It is noon and you are not in drag. I know, imagine. I used to stream in drag every single day. I don't know if any of you were around back then. When I first started streaming, like 5 years ago, I streamed like 5 days a week and I got in drag every single stream. To the point where sometimes that's all I did. I would spend the whole stream getting in drag and then I wouldn't even play a game or anything. I would just end the stream, get in drag, end the stream, take a selfie for Instagram, back out of drag. Do love Mama. Ugh. I need to add Mama Martini to the block terms in this channel. I need y'all to stop blowing up her ego. You don't understand what it's like working with her. She told me to leave Maine and never look back. That tracks. I followed you on every Twitch account I've ever had. As you should. As you should. There are a few people. I go back and look at because my stream anniversary is coming up soon. 420, what? On 420, it's my stream anniversary, my affiliate anniversary. And it's also the anniversary of me joining the team Stream Queens. And so I've been looking at like old clips and stuff. And it's wild to think of some of the people who have like come and gone over the years. Like when I first started streaming, there were like 3 people who were here all the time. Have no idea where they went. And that's weird. The internet's weird like that. That's the like one drawback. I love doing drag online. It's so cool to be someone who like has I don't use the term fans, but like followers and supporters all over the world. Like there are people in this community who are in like Brazil, Australia, all over, like Africa, all over the place. Oh, Mama Martini doesn't have that. But the internet's also a very like transient place, and and so like people sometimes just disappear and you never know where they went. I think my ex has some beef with not that. That makes sense though. Everybody's dated everybody in our little neck of the woods. That's why I don't go out of my way to date, because every time I go on a date, we inevitably end up figuring out like the missing link, the person we've both dated or the person we both know. The pool is shallow in the greater Bangor area. Are we doing the pool party this year? Probably. I would assume so. I haven't seen anything about it, but we usually do the pool party and then Stream Queens Con every year. Those are like the two big ones. It's the worst in Maine in general for it. Yeah. I'm also 150 in gay years, so I'm old enough that as soon as people know how old I am, they think it's creepy that I'm even talking to them. So we pump the brakes pretty quickly around here. Oh, fuck off, Razor. You're married. I don't give a fuck. I'm so tired. Oh, Razor wants to be a marginalized, oppressed man so bad. He wants so badly for people to pity him. I am so over you and your bullshit. You're a wealthy, white, married, gay homeowner. The worst thing you have to deal with is some hemorrhoids once in a while. Some of us have real problems, dear. The Crypt Keeper, amen. I feel like if I was single, I could move to Maine and do well on the dating scene. Probably. Probably. I'm old, but I look youthful. Well, you're also a witch, Helena. That... I mean... Kanele, hello, welcome in. Razor being a rich white woman. It's true. It's true. He wants so badly to be oppressed. When people talk about like the white gays grasping desperately for like that like oppression clout, that is exactly who they're talking about. He'll whine about being old. No one else calls him old except for me. Then he'll turn around, and I'm gonna expose you here a little bit. If y'all think he's bad in my chat, you should see the gut bucket bottom demon bullshit that comes out of Razor's mouth in other people's channels. Hi, Steven, welcome in. The way he practically, I don't know, someone will make a comment that's not even sexual in nature, and Razor will be the first one. You know, there's one in every community. There's one person, there's that one guy in like every friend group who tries to make everything a sexual reference or like an innuendo of some sort. That's Razor. You put him in a room with, and let's be clear, it's always like some white twink, some younger, substantially younger white man with a whisper of a muscle, and Razor loses all control. Cannot contain himself. I'm half Native American, so he can live as not the Angelina era. Not that. It's true. He's honestly worse than Mudkip, and Mudkip's bad. Mudkip will come in here and just flat out say, I am on my bed on all fours, hole in the air, whistling in the wind, waiting for you. Razor somehow finds a way to take that and go a little bit further in Tree Fungus's chat. Notice he's not denying it. Not denying it. I was hoping he took the crown from me. I think Mudkip is more of a hoe. Anybody who's friends with Mudkip on Snapchat knows that. Mudkip sometimes is the reason I don't open Snapchat in public. Moaning with that voice? No. You're just more of a like a thirst hound. You're like the people, and this is maybe a niche reference. I follow on Facebook, so for half of chat, you don't know what I'm talking about because you don't do Facebook. I have a lot of random like I used to be really into CrossFit years ago, obviously. And so there are still a lot of accounts on Facebook that I follow that are like competitive, like CrossFit athletes or like gym owners and trainers and stuff. And all of them, anything they post, all of the comments are just older white gay men thirsting. That's Razor. Those are his people. He just does it on Twitch to make himself feel better about it because he knows how to use Twitch and most of his friends don't. People still use Snap. Well, that's where I sell the foot pics. I don't know. I would say I use it as a strong word. It's an e-commerce platform for some of us. Let's see, let's fire her up. I usually have to update it every time I open it because it's been that long since I've been on there and it logs me out. I literally never talk to anybody on Snap. I see like people post like on like Kanele's on there too, and she posts on her like story thing. Yep. Oh. Razor is the I'd like to have a romp in the sack with that one, I would. Yeah. It's giving very much my husband and I saw you from across the bar and we like your vibe. Yeah. Although I feel like Kanele, you post a lot of the same things on there that you do on Instagram, so to be fair. I also am someone who I just kind of tap through a lot of that stuff sometimes because having it be like lit up like it hasn't been read bugs me. But anyway, I'm supposed to be applying for jobs. Y'all are distracting me. So when 2 months from now, when I still don't have a job and I'm homeless living in a box on the side of the road, I will be thinking of all of you. Know that. When I'm live streaming on my phone from the corner, just me, Goose, and my wigs, you'll know why. Tend to post the same on each. Honestly, it's easier that way. I never post anything on Snapchat. There's space on that side of that cardboard box for a picture of me. Yeah, girl, that's what I'm gonna save. When I'm moving out, it's gonna be the dog and a picture of you. The pictures of you in that onesie. And the jockstrap. This is the kind of person Razor is. Here's all you need to know. He went out wearing a rhinestone jockstrap that said slurp on it. Twerking in the club telling people my jock strap's braille. Give it a feel. Very much the like man in a van. Come live in your basement. Thanks. I imagine Razor in the 80s wearing that at Fire Island. Yeah. He prefers a wine tasting. She's a wine gay. She's a wine gay. Not the mullet and the mustache. Razor, would you grow your hair out into a mullet? I would like to see that. Or it's like a mini mullet. What's it called? Is it a burst fade? Kinda. I feel like this is what Austin got. Not the smallest picture in the entire world. Something like that. I feel like you could work with that. In the silver, obviously. Can you even grow a mustache, though? I don't think I've ever seen Razor with facial hair. Something to think about. My friend says that type of haircut, it looks better in person. When I was growing my hair out, I wanted to do, not that, but I wanted to do something like a fade, but I'm not the type of person that does a lot of upkeep. Like, I'm not gonna go back to get my hair cut every like 4 weeks or whatever like you're supposed to. So any super short haircut like that's not gonna look good on me for long before it grows out, and I'm not going back to get it like maintained. So I just buzz it myself, and it's so much easier this way. I'm wearing wigs most of the time anyway. Saw some very sexy men with mullets and mustaches. It was a look. There are some people who can very much pull that off, for sure. I just think that there are a lot of people who think they can pull it off that are wrong. That's all. I just think that a lot of people who choose that look shouldn't have. But, you know, that's just my opinion. If you're happy with your look, that's all that matters. Last haircut was a year ago. Yeah, I just buzz it myself. It's just easier that way. I think I got kind of used to doing that during lockdown, and so I like how I look with longer hair, but I also like how I look with short hair, so. Especially some of those leather daddies. Don't get Razor going. Don't wind him up. He's supposed to be working. He doesn't have time to come right now. He didn't put fapping on his calendar for today. We don't have time. He's busy. He's got 40% of the workload. He's the only hamster running on the wheel right now. They need him. The spreadsheets. They won't balance themselves. Damn it. Anyway, I have to apply for 9 more jobs. Y'all gotta stop distracting me. You're being rude. You're being rude. Can I pet that dog? I feel like Mondays aren't a great day to be applying for jobs on this website because I've already applied for everything that was already there, and since it's Monday, they haven't had time to put any new ones up yet. So everything is either I've already applied for it, or it's like there are a lot of jobs on here that were posted more than 30 days ago. Girl, you must have found someone by now. Like, there's no way. And the one thing I don't like about this website is you can't like sort the results. So it has all these filters for like how like is it 100% remote, hybrid, whatever. like full-time, part-time, education, all that stuff, there's no way to sort by how old the job posting is. So I can't set it to look at all the newest postings first, which is so annoying. And I feel like they do that on purpose. Because that seems like the most obvious thing you could add for like quality of life. If I'm paying for this platform, I feel like I should be able to look at the newest posts first. And there's no way for me to do that. Don't forget, it's almost tax day. Have y'all done your taxes yet? I'm sure Razor has. Of course I have. I'm a good little girl. I did mine, but I'm pissed because I owed money and I shouldn't have because of all this crap that's happening with the restaurant I worked at. But I still haven't heard anything back about the complaint I filed, and I didn't want to like just not do my taxes, so I'm hoping that I can just get it fixed later, but I think I'm gonna have to pick up the phone and call them. I don't want to though. If anybody even works in that office anymore. I did, yeah, Razor. I didn't know what else to do. So I'm hoping I can just go in and file a correction. I was hoping that I waited. I did it last week because I was hoping that I would have heard back from, I can't remember the name of the office. State of Maine. It was like the wage office of like wage and hours. It was some like really weird niche. Wage and hour division of the Department of Labor. Because I remember it was also weird that I didn't get an email confirming my submission or anything. The website said, thank you for your, like, we'll get back to you within, I think it said 2 weeks, but I never got an email saying that they had gotten it. Wage and hour division. So I was hoping to hear back from them beforehand, and then I could ask them what to do about my taxes, but I couldn't wait anymore. And I didn't owe a ton. Like, I didn't make that much money that year. But it was still more than I could afford to owe, frankly. One call might help. Yes, but that's the other thing is on their website. The phone number, the only phone number on there, it says you're supposed to call that if it's something that doesn't involve wages. So I feel like I'm going to call them and they're going to tell me to just fill out the form. I feel like that's what's gonna happen. I'll also say it would be so much easier to get a job if I was bilingual. The number of jobs I come across that are like bilingual support jobs, should have stuck with Spanish. Should have stuck with it. I'm also noticing too, a lot more jobs that are giving you, like, they ask you where you heard about the job, and a lot of them list TikTok as an option now. And I'm realizing that's one of the reasons I think TikTok is going to start falling off, because now like parents and brands are on there doing like grown-up shit, and that's going to immediately make it not cool to anybody else. We do a little internet speed test so I can prove that I don't have shitty internet. $902 megs download. Love that. If I had a new computer, I could be literally unstoppable. It is only the fact that this is the dinosaur of a computer that I cannot do literally whatever I want on the internet. That is literally the only reason. same assessment I've taken 100 times for 100 other very similar jobs. This assessment needs to use my camera, but not because I'm getting filmed. The assessment just takes snapshots periodically during the assessment to ensure fairness. Huh? Does it think I'm gonna cheat on this assessment? Girl, we'll do that later. Need you taking pictures of me. That sounds like one of those companies where they watch every move you make. Not sure if that's the right place for me, but... Quite a few catfishing instances for interviews. I'm not sure what you mean by that. It's not an interview, it's an assessment. So, and it's not like I have to film myself answering the questions. It just takes pictures of me periodically while I'm answering the online questions on this assessment. To like, and it says to ensure fairness, but how are they gonna know if I have someone else filling out this thing for me? They don't know what I look like. And I don't know what's on the assessment, so I wouldn't even know like who to call to come take this assessment for me, you know? I mean, I guess. I feel like that's something they would catch during the interview. Has it really gotten that bad? It happens in tech a lot. I mean, I used to work in tech and I never heard of it, but maybe. What's a raid log? Do I know how to do those? Not Warcraft. Even the internet doesn't know what that is. Risks, actions, issues, decisions. Oh, it's an Excel thing. Great. Yeah, I can do that. Bro, why do you have to give it a separate name like that? Make it sound like some fancy thing that you need. It's literally just like an Excel sheet where you track issues and things that people call in with. So you can forecast like trends and pay attention to what folks are calling in for. Why wouldn't you just say that? They made it sound like it was some fancy fucking like Excel thing. Thank you all for tuning in. It's been a while since we've done one of these co-working streams. And I forget sometimes how much I like doing them. It's nice just to like kind of hang out. Tomorrow we're doing a just chatting stream. We're watching part 2. For those of you who were here last week or 2 weeks ago when we watched the Middle Ground episode with Real Men, What Makes a Real Man, there's a part 2. And we're going to watch part 2 to that. we're gonna find out. I think some of them, I think, switch sides. They ask them all at the end, like, now that you've heard from the other side, do you still consider yourself blue or red? And would you switch teams if you could? Not that. Frosty Tools has a thing for Razor today. What the fuck? I have been posting more on Fourth Wall too. So for those of you who aren't members on Fourth Wall, especially if you're a subscriber here on Twitch, you get a discount on your Fourth Wall membership if you're a Twitch subscriber as well. But I have been posting there. I posted like 4 times in the last week. I hope you all are very proud of me. That's where I post a lot of the stuff that doesn't really like work for social media. So if it's not something that I can post on like Instagram or TikTok, it goes on Fourth Wall. So if you're not already a member there, you should be. I also make more on Fourth Wall. So like if you spend $5 on Fourth Wall, I keep more of that than when you spend $5 or $6 on Twitch, which is also nice. I just posted earlier today. I keep finding old stuff. Like I said, I've been going through all my old like posts and things, and I keep finding old things that are kind of cringy, but y'all seem to like some of that stuff. Like old videos that I posted on like Patreon back when I was doing Patreon. All right, we're up to 4 jobs. 4 and counting. I'm doing number 5 right now. Almost halfway there. And this one I'm on LinkedIn right now. This one got posted 24 minutes ago. So only 49 other people have applied so far. So maybe I've got a shot with this one, huh? Maybe someone will actually look at my resume this time. Here's hoping. Oh my god, this has got a digital interview. They want me to turn on my microphone and shit. We'll do this later. There's no way in hell I'm doing this live on stream. Y'all aren't getting that out of me. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Y'all aren't getting the customer service voice. So sorry. But that's 5 applications done. And counting. feel like a lot of these jobs want you to have like health insurance experience. And I'm like, how hard can it possibly be to teach people some of that language? Like, I get that it's like a complicated thing, but you know that you can teach people things too, right? They don't have to just know everything. Like there were 4 questions on that one, asking how many years of experience you had with different things. I could answer 10 plus years of experience on all 3 of the other ones, but the 4th question was, how many years of experience do you have with medical claims? 0. And I'm probably not going to get an interview for that job, even though I have way more experience than they're looking for in every other possible way. It was like, how many years of customer service experience? A fucking million. How many years of call center experience? 7. Medical claims, 0. So sorry. It's not a great fit. I love when they use greenhouse or lever for their applications because it's so fast. It's so fast. And it's one of those ones that doesn't make you enter everything that's on your resume all over again. It's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Mm-hmm. How many years of work experience do I have? Literally, they just want to know how many years of work experience. Shit. I have 20 years of work experience. $21. I hate it, Shay. Workday is the worst. Workday not only makes you enter it all over again, but when you upload your resume, it tries to autofill everything for you, and it never does it right. It makes like 6 extra job entries. So I have to go through and delete it all, and then it puts parts of one job listing on the next one instead. So I have to like cut and paste things back together. It never, ever, ever, ever. And I've had like 6 different versions of my resume in the last year. And they all get parsed to shit. And I fucking hate Workday. I don't know anybody who likes Workday other than maybe people who work at Workday. And even they probably don't mean it, you know? I don't believe there's anybody who actually likes Workday. It's terrible. Whatever the state of Maine uses too is super old. And it does the same thing, but it's slower. It looks like you're applying on fucking Oregon Trail. I could do adult education design. Instructional design. Could do that. Your resume has now exactly. I would prefer that, honestly, over having to apply on Workday. I always say no when they ask if they can text me. Because I know they'll never stop. I know your game. Y'all can email me like everybody else. I love when they ask me for a range, like a salary range, because then I'll just put the range they listed on the job description. Duh. On the references. Luckily, I keep those on a sticky note on my computer. I'm gonna start listing my mods as my references. Would you all be a reference for me? If I sent you an email with like the job that I worked at that I'm saying that you were my colleague at and what I did there, would you be my reference? Razor, would you give me a reference and tell them what a great employee I am? That I was easily the best employee you've ever worked with? 10 out of 10 coworker? Not Automod trying to stop that. Not the frizzle frazzle shitbag fucks. I think I've worked with that drag queen. Not Razor not immediately saying, of course I would. Wow. That's interesting. That's interesting. Some friend. I literally hand rhinestone to jockstrap for you, and you can't commit just a little bit of fraud for me. Okay. It's nice to know where I stand. Just a little light white lie. And we do technically work together. Technically, you work for me. I would be a reference for you. I would tell them exactly what I think about you. I would tell them exactly what kind of employee you've been. Trust and believe. That's job number 8 for those of us keeping score. Signed, sealed, delivered. Blacklisted, so yeah. I'll send them a copy of the restraining order I took out on you. Like, don't do it. Don't do it. Save yourselves. I'm always wary when I see the job was reposted. I'm like, I know that you're getting like hundreds of applications for any job that's open right now, and you're telling me none of them were the right fit? That you had to repost the job? That sounds to me like you're not ready to hire someone. How many years of work experience do I have with Microsoft Excel? I know it like the back of my hand. What do you mean? What do you mean? A raid log? Yep. Got it. I love Excel. I'm an Excelologist. An Excelologist. Everybody knows that. "15 weeks of onboarding." Girl. What work do you do that takes that long to teach me? All right, last one. Not bad. We'll do one more. Since we have that one that I have to do the assessment for, so I applied but technically haven't done the thing. I'll do one more. I'll do one more. I feel like the problem I run into more than anything else is I'm not applying for these jobs fast enough. Like, this job, objectively, is literally not what I used to do at the call center, but the people who worked for me did this. I supervised the trainers at the call center I worked at. This is that. They want someone with 2 years of experience in training and development, preferably in a call center setting. I did that for 7 years. So there's no reason I shouldn't be qualified to at least get an interview for this, but because it was posted 3 days ago, over 100 people have already applied for it. So the odds that I'm even going to get an interview for this job are slim to none, because there are so many other people who've already applied that they will probably fill up all of their interview slots and move on before they even get to see my application. So I feel like I almost need to be just sitting on here all the time and just applying for like whatever the most recent jobs are. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like a big part of why I haven't gotten a job yet is just because I'm not applying early enough. I'm not the first person applying for these fucking jobs, because I know there are jobs that I'm well qualified for that I should be hearing back from, and I'm not. Anyway, maybe that's just me coping, but it's really frustrating. Hi, Beth. Thank you so much for the resub. How are you, my love? Everybody follow Beth right now. Immediately. She's almost at partner. Yeah, I think Beth's gonna be a Twitch partner soon. And you're gonna want to be there before that. So you can say you were there back when she was still an affiliate. Do I go through LinkedIn and find recruiters who work for the companies I'm applying for and send them? No. And here's the thing. I used to work with recruiters. I used to work in HR. And I know that that's what a lot of people say you should do. And I think if you're looking at like high level jobs, yes, that can help. But often recruiters who are recruiting for like more entry level to mid-career type roles, they're getting so many applicants and so many messages that they're probably not even going to see it. It's so wild right now. Amen. Amen. I know that's what a lot of people say you should do. And I think that if you're looking to work at a specific, like if there's a dream job that you're looking for or a company that you really want to work for, that's one strategy to do that. I'm in a position where I need just whatever I can get as soon as I can get it. So I don't have time to spend an extra half hour on every single job I apply for, seeking out the recruiter and doing all of that. I think if you're someone who has a job now and you're looking to like move into like either move up or move into like pivot into something different, and you've got the time to be really like methodical about it, then yes, that's a good strategy. But that's not where I'm at right now. Trying to work, but really don't want to. Amen, girl. I would really love to work. I just can't get anybody to let me. But I get it. Mondays are tough. Hello, Beth. Love that. Beth's a big, she loves a good story-driven game. Shay's been playing a lot of Skyrim. Shay streams a lot of Skyrim. Beth, more recently has been doing a lot of Marvel Rivals, but also does like, I think you said you're playing Last of Us again sometime soon, right? Or Last of Us 2, since the show's coming out. Played like the Star Wars games and Horizon Zero Dawn, or whatever the new one's called. All of the above. She's also a Wheel of Timer. I have been trying to watch the newest season, Beth, and I'm going to be 100% honest with you. Something feels different about this season, and I'm less super excited about it. However, we did make it to... What's her name? I can't remember her name. When she zaps Rand out into the desert, and he's like on the thing, and he's not wearing a shirt. We made it to that scene. Hello. Very fond of that one. Big fan of that scene. Excellent work, whoever set that up. Avowed has been on the playlist lately. That's the other one, yeah. Just playing Rivals now for the numbers. I kind of assume so. That's a smart move. And it seems like switching up your time has helped a lot too. Sexy pleasure pain wheel. I'm sure that's the technical term. Land fear, that's right, yeah. I knew one of you would know. So I made it to that scene. Second season takes a while. Get through it, but it ends really strong. Season 3 is an entire banger. Okay. I'll keep gutting it out. I'm trying to decide if I want to pay for Max again since Last of Us is back, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Isn't the... I don't want to ruin something for people, but I feel like I heard something about the guy who created that being problematic. The first thing that comes up on Google is Last of Us creator Israel. That can't be good. That can't be good. Interesting. Neil Druckmann, yeah. He's from Israel. So it looks like the controversy is there are folks who believe that the game was inspired by Israel and Gaza and the West Bank. And he has said that specific moments in the games have been influenced by it, but he has not said that the whole game was. Interesting. Oh, here it is. looks like there's some like kind of conflicting messaging. He made a comment in an interview in 2020 about yeah, I think people are seeing a lot of parallels, and then I don't want to heads up, I'm about to talk. I haven't played either game, and I haven't watched the show or anything, the second one yet, the second season. But apparently, in part 2, Ellie like kind of takes a pretty dark turn, and he said that that was intentional, and it was inspired by seeing footage when he was a teenager of Israeli soldiers being lynched in the West Bank. And the fact that people were cheering as it was happening, like people were cheering on like the murder of these Israeli soldiers. And he said it was the cheering that was really chilling to me. In my mind, I thought if I could just push a button and kill all these people that committed this horrible act, I would make them feel the same pain that they inflicted on these people. Which, not great. It does look like he like later kind of reined that back in and was like, I'm kind of grossed out that that's how I responded. But he wanted to like recreate that hatred as a counterbalance to unconditional love. And he emphasizes that it was inspired by the conflict, not based on the conflict. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know enough about it. Like I said, I haven't played the games. I know, it's kind of hard to keep up with all of them, right, Shay? Without spoilers, you could say about both main characters in Last of Us 2, both Ellie and Abby are guilty of that. Got it. I guess it's probably a combination of him like admitting that there's some inspiration from the conflict, and then the fact that he is from Israel probably influences some of his perception, if I had to guess. Because I don't know enough about it, but anyway. IDK. But I do know is that I'm going to play some Overwatch. Hey! That'll really bring up the energy, right? That'll bring up the energy in the room. Nothing puts me in a good mood like a little Overwatch. We've got, what, I think 8 days left on this battle pass? 8 days and counting. I've been playing a lot of ranked open queue because it's 6v6, and I feel more comfortable playing tank in 6v6, but I think we're going to do role queue today because I'm super close to getting my placements done finally at the end of the season. Wish I could get back into it. I like it. I like it. We were talking about this earlier, actually, and it made me think of you, about people who play either both Rivals and Overwatch or just one or the other, and how like people approach it. I don't know how people play Rivals. Like, Beth, you are the strongest soldier in my mind that you play Rivals for as much of your day as you do. I cannot imagine. But good for you. Just having more fun in Rivals right now. Good. I feel like Marvel Rivals, and I said this earlier too, like I feel like it plays like a mobile game to me. And I feel like as bad as things can be in Overwatch sometimes, I feel like it's the baseline in Rivals is worse. I think they're equal in terms of like how bad it can get and how bad people can get, but I feel like it's almost like every single match I've got someone in my Rivals lobby who's like got either like a really problematic name or start saying shit that's fucking wild. Maybe I'm just more used to like the kind of toxic that Overwatch is, and I'm a little more like desensitized to it, but Yeah, I think any game can be. I feel like they're the people, and I feel like League of Legends members of like the League of Legends community do the same thing, where they're like, "This is the most toxic game in the world," and then first off, they keep playing it. So like, what are you doing? But also, like, I think that's just gaming. Like, anytime it's the internet, anytime you can be like on some level anonymous, you're interacting with strangers. For a lot of people, gaming is about like ego and like dunking on your opponent. So like there's going to, and I'm not saying that it's right, but just what it is. Also played Overwatch since 2016, pretty much nonstop. I think you get to a point and you're just done with the game. Yeah. I think there are a lot of folks that like and I think we're seeing this with a lot of like live service games. I think Dead by Daylight's in a very similar position where like it's been going for so long now and people demand like this constant innovation and evolution, and we want more and new and exciting, and sometimes they can't keep like delivering, or sometimes that's just not what they're going to do, especially understanding that for a lot of these studios, like where they make their money is on new people buying the game. So they have to simultaneously try to like nurse this community that has been playing for years and years and years and years and expects more and new and different and exciting, but also keeping the game somewhat accessible and like the learning curve for new folks somewhat manageable. And I think Dead by Daylight's really fucking struggling with that right now. But I think Overwatch is in a similar position where you know, it can't be all things to all people. Super excited for Marathon. I keep hearing about Marathon. I haven't heard a damn thing about it. I just keep hearing people mention it. I know Dr. Lupo's been playing that a lot. But I have not. Let's look it up. Going to assume it's probably a game. Oh yeah, don't forget either. I keep forgetting to plug this. Reminder that I have a 24/7 stream on YouTube now, playing my old VODs. So you can literally always, if you miss me, you can literally always pull up YouTube and go check out an old VOD of my squawking ass voice. Right now I'm driving a truck. This is a descendant of this. Marathon. Watch the cinematic first. This? Good, Razor. I'm glad. I have noticed an uptick in my YouTube views too, so it is working. Slow and steady. I should probably start posting more on YouTube too, though. This kind of looks like Apex. Like the art style. That's a game I feel like has fallen off a lot too. I don't see anybody playing Apex anymore. Ew. Shit. I feel like I'm on drugs right now.
I met a traveler from an antique land who said, two vast and trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert. Near them, on the sand, half sunk, a shattered visage lies, whose frown and wrinkled lip and sneer of cold command tell that it strove to well those passions red which yet survive. Stamped on these lifeless things, the hand that mocked them, lifeless
They look cool.
and the heart that fed.
Welcome once again. Once again, once again. How's the new shell? How's the new shell feeling?
Who's she?
Just like what it is, right? Like $1 trillion. Like $1 trillion.
Sakaguchi Genetics sent a reminder. Your shell repayment is coming up and will be charged against your line of credit.
Yeah, I know. Do you mind if we skip the formalities this time? Got a big contract waiting down there, so.
Understood. Let's proceed with your grounding exercise. Are you familiar with this item?
That's my lucky charm. Yeah. It's supposed to be my lucky charm.
This is cool.
Can you identify her?
Yeah, that's my mom. That's your mother. Your mother.
Now,
You know
consider this. Do you recognize this child?
Who are you? I don't know.
It's you.
What? Really?
Hey, what's that you're always tuned into? Worth anything?
I don't know, but I like it. It speaks to me.
Let me listen.
Yeah, go ahead.
You ever wonder what happened to these people?
It's not my business.
And this music is? You'll have a tough time finding a buyer.
Good. It's not for sale. Give it to me.
Oh! Now kiss. Oh. Maybe later. Beautiful cinematic for a game. I will surely be flirting. Yeah. Oh.
And on the pedestal these words appear. My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, ye mighty, and despair. Despair. Nothing beside remain. Nothing beside remain. Round the decay of that colossal
Girl.
round the decay of that boundless wreck, boundless, alone and level sands, stretch far away.
Girl.
Do you recognize this child?
I don't know. Is that me?
This does look cool. Interesting. I like it. Can we watch the gameplay now? That does look cool. I fear this is probably a game my PC will not be able to handle. So we might have to wait till we replace our PC to play this, but
Marathon is a team-based extraction shooter set around the mysterious and cutthroat world of Tau Ceti 4. You are a runner, a cybernetic mercenary who's given up their human form for a biosynthetic shell with unique abilities and stats, capable of both tactical and fast-paced combat. Here you'll fight in a crew of up to 3 players across a variety of zones and points of interest. You'll face rival runners in zones of up to 18 players, countless security forces, and otherworldly threats. To scavenge the remains of a lost colony for glory and fortune.
come on, I know, where do I sign up?
The environments of Tau Ceti 4 are filled with weapons, materials, and equipment you can scavenge throughout the map. Before deploying, you'll strategically build your loadout and select a runner to ensure you're equipped for the run ahead. Your objective is simple. Get in, gather as much loot as you can, and make it out alive. Die, and all your gear will be up for grabs. Survive, and your loot can be taken into future runs as you grow in power and fill your vault. Death is inevitable, but it's never the end. Think quickly on your feet and outplay your opponents, and in your next run, you and your teammates will be the ones coming out on top. And even if you're down on your luck, factions can sponsor you with a fresh loadout, so you can get right back into the fight. Bungie brings its best-in-class first-person multiplayer action to the forefront. Dynamic and tactile gunplay, runners with unique playstyles, and customizable builds create highly dynamic and strategic team fights. Whether you're on a zero to hero
This
run
looks cool.
or high rolling with powerful gear, you'll need to use your best judgment when you decide which fights to pick and how. Because no matter how geared you are, players with skill and strategy will always have the edge. Marathon is designed to be played in crews, with contextual pings, shared objectives, and down but not out, to streamline playing with your friends. Death is not the end. And if you're the last one standing, you can overcome the odds to revive your
Not the
teammates
nipple.
and get out with your hard-earned loot. And if you believe your skills alone are enough to conquer any challenge, we give you the freedom to opt out of crew fill to take
Let that be Razor's job. I've seen Razor's nipples. I don't think they're gonna get us any big ticket sponsors.
In Marathon ever play out the same.
We'll have to rhinestone those too.
Variable weather and unpredictable players. You'll have to adapt on the fly if you want to survive. Each run has a time limit, and anything can happen while you're chasing your objective. Looking to unlock upgrades or increase your faction reputation? Slip into the shadows as Void and ghost past your enemies. Search the map for rare materials and profit opportunities without being discovered. Want to push enemy teams and steal their loot? Bring in Glitch with agility implants and your strongest weapons to disrupt rival crews. Running support for your friends, grab extra equipment, shield charges, and a specialized backpack to be the lifeline they need. You're always free to experiment with team compositions, and the only limit to how you want to play your runner is your loot and imagination. Endgame challenges.
It's like Helldivers and Destiny Apex all in one. Yeah, I was thinking it kind of reminds you of like if Apex had like a Helldivers mode.
In Season 1, where you and your friends will start to unravel the mysteries of Tau Ceti 4. Remember, you're only ever one run away from your next big score.
Your next big score. That's cool. I would check that out. Like I said, I'm not sure if my PC can handle that. And certainly by September, but you know, you never know. I'll join the Discord. That looks cool. Thank you for sharing, Beth. I've been, like I said, I've been hearing people talk about it, but I hadn't really seen anything. It looks cool though. No racism, blah, blah, blah. Please sign into Bungie.net and fill out the survey too, girl. Girl. It's also on console. That's good. Hi, Prone. I don't think I've got a Bungie account, to be honest. Oh, I might. Jared played Destiny on his computer. Yeah. We're gonna play Overwatch, I promise. As soon as y'all stop distracting me with stuff like this. Another game. Speaking of, another game that looks cute that's coming out is Stars Reach. Oh, I think I've seen this one somewhere. Maybe TikTok. This one looks familiar. It's like a sandbox, like open world thing, right? Yeah, that does look cool. It does look cute. You can't equip away forever link, blah blah blah. Theme. Verify the email. Oh, the whole thing. That does look like fun though. I would play that. It looks like the type of thing that you probably are better off playing with friends though, so we'll have to get a squad together. A cute little squad. Yes, I understand the terms. Oh. It's one of those ones where they make you scroll all the way. Yes, yes. Yes. Sounds good, Beth. I hope your Monday goes by fast. Thanks for stopping by, and thanks again for sharing about this game. This looks like fun. Why does it want to know my age in order to confirm my eligibility? I already said that I'm over 18. Does it matter specifically? We're going to mark non-binary, thinking that maybe they'll pick me as a diversity hire. I am also non-binary, but usually when I apply for jobs and stuff, I don't mark that because I feel like I'm concerned people are going to hold that against me. Right, mouth swab. Although maybe I should get a console instead of another PC. I feel like that would be cheaper. Sorry, this is probably kind of boring for y'all. My bad. But if I don't do this now, I won't ever do it. I'll forget. Just get a PS5 and mouse and keyboard and hub. You make that sound so simple. Just get a PS5. I thought about asking Jared because he still has his PlayStation in his room. He brought the controllers and everything to his new place, but the PlayStation itself is still here. And part of me wanted to be like, are you gonna use that? But it's also a PS4, and I feel like I'd rather just save up and get a PS5 instead. Not that either of them are close to being in my budget anytime soon. Come on, PUBG. Y'all remember when we played PUBG for like one day? I do. Apparently the next survivor coming is trans. I saw that. The audio with Angelica Ross, right? Another excuse people are going to use to tunnel whoever plays her. I'm sure of it. I'm so sure of it. What's my GPU? Fuck. I know how to find this. Dragon taught me once. Dragon taught me how to find this. I won't let him down. Oh, I'm sure they're going to be atrocious. I can only imagine. I might start playing killer just to let anyone who's playing her go. We got to balance it out, right? Radeon, that's what I have. The fact that I can just pull up a website and it just tells me what my GPU is cool, but also maybe a little scary. That one. I have entered the pool of potential marathon alpha testers. Finally. That took a while. The only survivor I dislike is Hattie. Something about that just makes me mad. That's fair. As someone who plays Meg, I understand people having random and really like objectively unjustified hate for specific survivors. The number of people who are just like, why do you play Meg? She's trash. I don't know. I like her. What do you mean? Just looking at her makes me want to slap someone. I feel like she never gets any cosmetics either. But there's so many heroes now, or so many characters now that... Oh, not this one. This one. Alright, let's play some Overwatch. Game capture. Thank you. Thank you. Never understood the Meg hate. Me either. But I like her. I liked her because she had the best like base perks. So when I started playing, why is my controller not working? Hello. It literally is a brand new controller. What are we doing? Hold, please. There we go. So weird. But now it makes me think that my old controller wasn't broken because that's literally the exact same thing my old controller was doing. It was just like not connecting. All right, so our goal is we want Toxic Mess. So we got to get another 2 of these prestige levels. But I also am super close to getting my placements, at least for DPS and support. And I would love to beat Gold 5. So we're going to do some roll queue. And we're just going to play support. Let me know how the audio is. If I need to tweak it, I will. I won't play for a super long time, but little daytime Overwatch never hurt nobody, right? Famous last words. Cut to me rage quitting stream. Prone, I hope you're having a good day. I hope you've been enjoying your Dead by Daylight. I feel like I was talking earlier about how I feel like every time I get on Discord, you're playing that game. Not playing with you, so it should be good. We can hope. The problem I'm having with this controller is it has these extra buttons on the bottom. Those are right where I rest my fingers. So if I like squeeze the controller or just rest my finger the wrong way, I hit one of those buttons, and they are currently set to crouch. So I'll be like fighting or running and then randomly crouch in the middle of a fight. So I think I need to rekey those to something. Literally anything else I think would be fine. This game looks so different. It has changed quite a bit. I don't know. I like it most of the time. Okay. Easy prey. Let's do this. Usually there's another pride flag. A little concerned that there aren't any more obvious queers, but it's fine. Our first match of the day, it sometimes takes us a while to load in, so don't be alarmed if either A, we don't load in and get kicked out for an activity, or B, we load in but we can't see anybody yet because my computer takes a minute. She's doing her best, as we all are. So unless you're prepared to shell out a couple grand so I can replace her and she can retire happily, I don't know what to tell you.
Hello.
5, 4, 3, 2.
It's fine. Here we go. Gold 5 incoming.
Hold nothing back.
It's fine. We can still see where everybody is. We just don't know who they are. It's fine. Oh. Well. I have the most damage. Oh. To get taken out by a Junkrat even? Nasty work. We can see ourselves. Everybody else is dead.
Soldier 76 reporting duty.
That was a bit much, I think. Just not sure why everybody's diving like this. Well, Silver 1, here we come.
Bothersome. Group up with me. Sit for the parched.
Yeah, I know you all need heals, and I'm trying, but... None for me, thanks. Oh no! Shit. Girl. I'm doing my very, very best.
Another turn of fate's wheel.
This team just sucks. Like, what? You're just standing here like a dumbass. don't know why we're fighting here, but
This ends now.
it also feels like Moira doesn't do as much damage as she used to. And I haven't been like keeping up with the changes and things, but I don't feel like I can get kills with her like I used to. Hi. Oh, not the trap. Not a word. I'm working on it. Like, I don't know why we're pushing up so far just to get murdered. Like, yeah, I know y'all need healing. I don't know what you all want from me. Not the mercy spamming that she needs healing, ma'am. Do you know who you are?
I've dealt with cynics before.
Not the mercy begging for heals, ma'am. This team just doesn't play together. Y'all really need to fucking get your shit together. Like, half the team's dead by time by time I get to you. I don't know what y'all want me to do. And then they just let the fucking Doom back here. What are we doing?
Evolution is a painful path to walk.
You want to pocket someone and then have me pocket you? Is that what you're trying to do? Not her telling me to swap. Girl. This team just sucks. What universe do we fucking live in where you're playing Mercy, begging me to heal you,
There's much for you to do.
and telling me that I shouldn't play support if I can't heal? What are we doing? They're all just ignoring me.
Chaos returns.
They're on the point. Send them packing.
What are we talking about?
Heroes never die.
Random ulting. Mercy who can't keep herself alive. But I'm the one who's trash. Okay. Well, our Doomfist just ignores us. Girl. Well, it's almost over at least.
This ends now.
This Mercy's just running their mouth about literally everybody else. Report this person. Report this person. Report them. Well, silver won. Should've known. God forbid we get a decent fucking game. What I would like to do... we will be avoiding them. Imagine playing Mercy and being upset that I'm not healing you more. What? I'm sorry. Do you know how this game works? Do you know what Mercy fucking does? If you can't get out of the way to stay alive, that's on you, my dear. That is not on me. That's a you problem. My problem is that I got stuck on a team with them. We'll call that a warm-up. I should have done like quick play first or something instead of just jumping straight into comp. That's probably the move. Not shark dealer. Okay. Let me in. Not at putting me in a gold lobby. Hello? Me not showing up on the match range? More likely than you think. My controller... Girl, not today. How about... Just here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Objective unlocks in 30 seconds.
It knows I'm ready. It knows that's where I belong. And that I was robbed. She knows.
Gotta go. Big Steiner lock.
Shit. Oh, what? I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one.
Time to get clever.
I'm also lagging more today than I usually do, and I don't really know why.
Restoring your light. They got ahead of us.
Bro, I can't heal you when you're behind the wall. Girl, I am
I think we're outnumbered. We've lost possession of the robot.
Oh my god.
Enemy is pushing their barricade.
I sadly... This Moira's not healing.
Interesting.
She's barely doing damage either. I'm not really sure what exactly she is doing. She's flanking. She's not even with the rest of the team.
Uh-oh, they're pushing. Careful, we're outnumbered.
Why am I lagging so much? Oh my god, there's nobody to teleport to ever either because they're all fucking dead! I'm good, sadly. How are you? I don't know, maybe I shouldn't be playing this right now.
Flows anew.
I don't know why I'm lagging.
My gift to you.
Surrender to my will. It's go time.
That's two. Borrowing the robot. Don't expect it back.
Upgrade unlocked. Kinetics regulated.
Like, and it's just when I'm trying to move. It's not even when we're in the middle of a fight or anything. But it's enough to keep my shit from hitting.
We've got trouble.
Enemy forward spawn cell.
Feels good, huh?
Gale the Mahal.
Ruination is imminent.
What he and with
Girl.
Let's take back that.
Think it might be gold 5. I mean, I guess, but y'all saw that's not what it said, right?
I'll just keep on rising.
The robot is in our possession. Robot needs expel. Let's stick with it. Over there. I know the fabric of the cosmos.
The goddess is here.
this ends now.
They took the robot from us.
Shit.
I'm with you.
Oh, not the trap. Why didn't you break the fucking trap, Roadhog? Oh my god. What a dick. Oop, none for me, thanks. Girl.
Nice to know you have my back.
I don't know where our teammates are, but
They're pushing.
We've
Let's push
got
back.
this.
Your end is within my
Carry on the wind.
dodge this. Gale the Mahal.
Illuminated. Let the Kitsune guide you.
oh. I know you're the healing girl. I can't heal you when I'm dead.
Soy intocable. Heads up. Yes.
Enemy
Over
forward
there.
spawn reactivated. Heads up. Disrupting.
The Moira keeps getting behind us and killing me. So if y'all want to fucking wait for me, I could maybe be helpful. But our Moira's too worried about fucking getting kills.
Rise and shine.
We're here to be
Come on, let's go. Is daytime just when all the shitty people play? 'Cause that's what it feels like.
Next track.
Fuck off.
This ends now.
Girl. I just want a team that knows what they're doing. Why is it so fucking hard?
Play of the game.
I don't understand. Oh, we're not gold anymore. I don't know, girl. Maybe I can't stream Overwatch anymore. I'm not dropping frames or anything, but the game is noticeably lagging. I haven't lost any frames. I don't understand. I don't get it. But it's noticeable, and it's always when I'm trying to like aim. I mean, maybe. They get DDoSed all the time, though. Literally, anytime there's like a new patch or anything for Warcraft, Blizzard gets DDoSed. That's how I know there's a new patch for Warcraft. It's that, or World of Warcraft, is that I will not be able to get in to play Overwatch. And I know that it's usually not anything to do with Overwatch. We'll win this one. I feel a win coming on. We deserve it. Victory is overdue. It's true. Come on, get in a Discord. The Bastion Pharah combo. That'll be interesting.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 1. Capture the objective.
Keep calm, keep sly. Repulsion!
Shoot him, Bastion! What are you doing? You're welcome. The girl! Out here wasting Suzus. That's okay if we get both of their support alts. Get off me, ugly. Yeah, it's still lagging though. That's really annoying. I don't know if I'm gonna keep doing this. Like everything just feels like it's lagged just a little bit. Girl, I think our Bastion kind of sucks. Ew, get away from me, you're so ugly. Girl. That's okay, their Bastion kind of sucks too. Girl. We're just like three kills each? Baby, how am I the one doing all the DPS thing here? And I've got the most heals on our team. Like,
Forgotten your part in Blackwoods. What do you want? An apology? I no longer expect regret from you.
Oh and 5. and 5. You haven't even like accidentally gotten a kill. Girl. I'm getting so much healing because I'm healing the other support. That's what's fucking happening here. Girl. 1 and 5. Yikes. I just don't understand why everybody has such a big mouth, but sucks so much. Like, if you're gonna run your mouth, at least back it up. What do you mean I'm Moira? Yeah. That doesn't mean that I just fucking get free heals. Like, what do you mean? Girl, our tank sucks too, if we're being honest. I can't tank DPS and play support. Like, I quite literally cannot play all of these roles at once. Anyway. Yuck! We're playing with children today. That's what's happening. Someone got to stay home from school today. Now they're playing fucking Overwatch. Especially Moira. Yuck. Okay. Yikes. Hi, Coco. Welcome in. Yeah. They're sitting there, and because they're home alone, they're like practicing saying cuss words because they're not going to get in trouble. They're warming up to it by starting with yuck. Pretty soon, we'll be getting the slurs. How's Overwatch today? Not great. Not great. We played what, 3 or 4 matches now? And every single one of them, there's someone on my team who's running their mouth who is in fact the problem themselves. We had a Mercy who kept getting mad because I wasn't healing her. Because I was too busy healing everybody else because she was dying too much. Just a lot of like finger pointing bullshit instead of trying to find some way to work together. I think every match we've had someone on my team say GG the first time they died. Like, oh, well, GG. I don't know. People in such a bad mood. Mercy can fly. Mercy's really great at getting out of danger. That's one of Mercy's great benefits, is she's a very mobile hero. But she just kept spamming that she needed heals, and then when I said, I can't heal you and everybody else at the same time, she said, then switch to someone who can. And I'm like, well, I really don't know what you want from me, so And I was Moira. So we started the day gold 5 on support. I do believe we have backslid to silver 1. Yeah, and it hasn't been close. None of these games have been even kind of close. We've been avoiding a lot of people today. That avoid list is filling up, honey. Mercy Man, you never complain about heals. And that's the thing, is I was healing her when she was within range for me to heal her, but I wasn't going out of my way to heal her because I had to heal 3 other people too, who were doing more for our team.
Been a while.
I'm also randomly lagging, which I don't understand, but... Hi, Doxy. Thank you so much for the resub. Are my alerts going off? I don't have alerts on the co-working screen, but they should be going off on here. Good to see you, Doxy. How are you, my friend? Razor, can we get a shout out for Doxy, please? Doxy streams some Overwatch as well. She likes to have a drink or two and pwn some noobs. Alerts are working. Okay. Not the Doom just diving straight to his death. To his doom. See, it's shit like that. Like, how am I supposed to... What do we do with a tank like that? And this is 5v5, so we only get 1 tank. Are we tanking with Moira again? Girl, this Doom sucks ass. Can you stop doing that? Fuck. And I know they've got turrets all over this bridge when I get past. Whoa. Babes, what are we doing? What are we doing? Like, see what I mean? This team sucks. Why do I keep getting saddled with these shitty fucking teammates? Like, y'all gotta get some kills here. What are we doing? No. Fuck off. Can y'all at least handle killing a Mercy? What the fuck? I'm good, Doxy. The games have been hot garbage, if I'm being 100% honest. These teams suck. I don't know. I don't know what I did, but I'm not getting good teammates at all. And I know that's like gamer 101 that you always just blame your teammates for everything, but like this Doom is literally just diving in and dying. I can't heal you from here. I keep accidentally squatting. I know, at least we got the start point. Thanks to my ult. Y'all are welcome. We're pushing the payload, girl. Relax. Shit. Not the solo ult. I guess I should be honored. You got Call of Duty downloaded. That's a game I haven't played in a while. That's one I haven't touched in a while. I don't know. I feel like a lot of games I can't play anymore because my PC just doesn't cooperate. See what I mean about the lag? Like, what are we doing? Oh, this fucking team sucks. Please. We got a 3 and 5 tank who's not really even tanking.
Resurrection. How vile.
They're gonna yell at me for playing forward too much, but if I don't, we're not going anywhere. I feel like for the last like 3 matches, I've had to play all 3 roles on Moira. Oh, got her.
30 seconds.
Okay. Oh, that was so good. Okay. About time. Shit. You know it's bad when I got the most kills, though. You know times are dark when I'm the one out here getting all the kills. Oh, that was a big mistake, bro. Okay.
Score.
Making us work for this one, girls.
Prepare your defenses. Select your hero.
I know you're not going to play Doom on defense right now. Please. Please don't make us do this. Well. Maybe this is why I started playing tank sometimes. They all drove me to this.
Our minds are shattered. Submission is the key. Every battle makes me stronger.
Let's go, girls. I don't know about this tank. I'm gonna try to keep it positive and optimistic, but girl, we have our doubts.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Let us keep our questionable choices to a minimum.
Yeah, I'm too busy doing your job to do mine, sir, please. Maybe if you got back up here and started fucking tanking, I would be able to fucking heal you. I need healing. Proceeds to go hide around the wall. Girl, my back is sore from carrying these people. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Great minds are always persecuted. Join me.
Objective lost. Stop the payload.
Your end is within my reach. You will be renewed.
Yikes. Hi, Emily. That's a really weird thing to make your first message, friend.
Chaos returns.
Oh, I saw that! His ass charged right into that car.
It's go time.
Be careful!
Shit. That Junkrat. I
am on fire!
Reborn from the darkness.
Yeah, this Doomfist is not my favorite teammate. Not me! Not me! Oh!
A taste of poison.
No, girly. girl. Not the Hanzo. Shit, I tried to fade. Oh, that's too bad. That shouldn't have killed me. Girl, you gotta get out there. What are you doing? The Doomfist just standing there and letting them. I need to make more friends who play tank because this is at this point. He's not gonna play anything but fucking Doomfist. Yeah, that's implied, Razor. I don't want to play. I don't want friends who are shitty at video games.
This city is always so noisy. Why was traffic even invented?
One more mission, huh? I'm in.
Beep boop beep boop 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 beep boop.
You have invaded my heart.
Not that. We don't know each other like that, you know.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commencing. Capture objective A.
On with it. A taste of poison. Eyes open now.
Yes. Girl.
Objective A captured. Escort the payload.
Okay. That was pretty good. I just gotta stay on here though. Y'all got off the payload.
Score 4 to 3. Sides.
Just when it was looking like we could maybe get this one.
Your worth is a hypothesis. Prove it. Things were a lot simpler when I was robbing banks with the Deadlock gang.
I would tell him that he shouldn't play Doomfist, but I know he's not gonna listen. And if anything, it's just gonna get me fucking flamed, so. I guess we'll just lose this one too.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Girl. Girl. This team is... And I'm still lagging. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Stop the payload.
Oh. Holy shit. Yeah, I think I've had enough for today.